What are you doing?
Batteries charge automatic. Just copy me.
It worked!
It always does.
Servus Freunde, my name's Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Deniz the Buddymeister.
And today we're going to talk about the Amir Khan mega hit PK.
Which was the follow-up film to Three Idiots, the one we did in our last episode of Buddy Loves Bollywood.
And our plan was to make another Buddy Loves Bollywood episode for this one. And it wasn't just our plan, but we already invested many hours into it, and our script was halfway done. But as you can see from the length of this video, it will be just a normal review. You will probably ask yourself why, and the short answer is that our last episode, the one for Three Idiots, is no longer available on YouTube because we got a copyright claim, which led to it being blocked worldwide.
YouTube and copyright stuff is always a lot of pain because even when stuff like our review should be protected under the fair use doctrine, which allows us to use material when you do it in a specific way, but it's very vague and you don't have many options if someone claims the video anyway.
Especially as such a little channel as this one still is. I really like to explain it some more, but I also don't want to bore the people that are just here for our take on PK. So this is the timestamp when the actual review begins.
First, we want to say that we were quite proud of our 3 episodes and your feedback was terrific. It was also a good way to do something a little bit different than most other film channels. The episode of Three Idiots had about 7,000 views and we hope most of you have seen it before it went down. The ones for Bahubali and Igar are still online and we hope it stays that way.
When you get a copyright claim on a video, you have the chance to file a dispute where you reason why it was a false claim. Sometimes the company who made the claim agrees that it was falsely made, but more often they decide that it still stands, because they know you can't really do much about it. Now if that happens, you have the chance to file yet another dispute, but this time you have to put in all your personal data, and if they decide again that their claim is valid, you get a copyright strike. And once you have 3 strikes at the same time, your channel can very likely be deleted, and that's it. Such a strike goes away after a few months, so you might take that risk, but if you file in a second dispute, the claimant can also initiate legal actions and in the worst case sue you for using their material.
So in the case of Three Idiots, Fox Lasso Entertainment made a claim for 20 seconds of audio-visual material because they own the rights for that material and they simply don't care that we A. use it in a review and satirical way to create something new with it that comments on the movie, which falls under fair use, and B. that we loved their movie and were quite happy that we advertise it for free for them.
Yeah, it's really stupid. This was also the second copyright claim we got for that video. The first was for the use of a snippet of Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On, which we also disputed and which also still stands because they think they are right, but at least with that claim the video could still remain online. But we couldn't make a single cent of it because Sony Classical monetized it for 45 seconds of their song in a video that's 45 minutes long.
Now, with the claim by Fox Lasso Entertainment, it's much worse because their policy is to block the whole video in all countries. So there's really not much we can do about it because we simply can't take the risk. We put way too much work into the channel to even try to fight this.
Of course, we could try to re-edit it and re-upload it, but with all the material we include in those videos, the risk of another claim is way too high because all it takes for them is one click and we are screwed. And to let you know, both our other episodes have claims as well. Iga is monetized by someone called Silly Monks because they claim copyright on some material, it's not even pointed out on what exactly, and our Bahubali episode has 2 claims as well. One for a song of Bahubali and one for a few brief seconds of the Hot Shots 2 score by Basil Poliduris.
What we want to say here is that those Buddy Loves Bollywood or Tollywood, and for the future we planned on doing more episodes for the other film industries in India as well, those episodes will always contain some material because that's the way the format is built.
And therefore there will always be a giant risk that the episodes will be turned down by someone. For all the hard work we put into them, and I'm not kidding if I say that at least 50 hours went into Three Idiots, It's a risk that we are not able to take. As much as we love doing them, we can't spend so many hours of our very precious free time if the video ends up being taken down.
It's also possible that someone will file a copyright claim on a normal review, and that did happen in the past. But in that case, either our dispute works out fine, or we simply edit out all copyright content and re-upload it.
But with a normal review, that's an additional work of an hour maybe. You might check out our Kahani review where we were forced to do exactly that to see what we mean. But with the Buddy Loves Bollywood episode, it's simply not possible to even attempt to do that because of that format. And that's the reason why we have to stop doing them. Like I said, the ones for Bahubali and Iga are still online, and maybe if the situation on YouTube changes in the future, I can re-upload 3 Idiots sometime, but right now there's no option.
Of course, we will continue doing our normal reviews, and we will also continue to add some humor to them if we have some ideas as well.
Exactly, so please understand our decision because we are pretty much forced to do it.
But without further ado, let's get started with PK.
Damn good idea.
PK is a 2014 Hindi language satirical comedy drama with your typical touch of romance and some awesome songs. It was directed by Rajkumar Hirani, and like his previous film 3 Idiots, he also co-wrote the screenplay himself together with Abhijit Joshi. At the time of its release, it was Bollywood's highest grossing film ever, and it stars Amir Khan and the wonderful Anushka Sharma.
The movie might also count as a science fiction tale. Amir Khan plays our David Bowie, the man who fell to India.
He's this mysterious alien who is being introduced just as God created him, completely nude.
The only thing he has with him is the remote control for his spaceship.
And because Earth is such a lovely place, the very first thing that happens is that someone steals his remote. Who's robbing a naked bodybuilder?
That's one lovely welcome.
Welcome to Earth.
Now his main goal for the biggest part of the movie is to get that remote control back. And in order to do that, he's also looking for God, because he pretty much takes everything people say to him quite literally. And when he asks about his remote, only God knows where it is.
For someone new to our world, everything around PK feels very strange.
PK isn't really his name anyway, but what everyone calls him, because it means being drunk. And that's what he appears to be with his strange reactions to our culture. As we suspected beforehand, Amir Khan gives a wonderful, sweet performance as this naive alien who's new to all our social rules. The German title, by the way, is PK Andere Sterne, andere Sitten, which can be translated to different stars, different manners.
On his adventure, he gets helped by Byron Singh, played by the terrorist Sanjay Dutt.
Very cheap shot. Played by the Bollywood legend Sanjay Dutt, who was also the star and director Rajkumar Hirani's first 2 films, Munabai MBBS and Lage Raho Munabai.
But the real star alongside Amir Khan is Anushka Sharma, who plays Jagu, an independent strong woman who works for a TV news station. But at the beginning of the film, she's still abroad in Belgium, where she meets the young man Sarfaraz and falls in love with him.
Unfortunately, her parents aren't just opposed to the idea of their daughter dating a Muslim, but they also worship this guru named Mr. Tapaswi, who makes a lot of money with his false blessings and religious merchandising. Her father trusts him blindly, which is an aspect of the movie I can relate to personally, more than I wish I could, and it helped me a lot to relate to that daughter-father conflict, which functions as a minor emotional chord through the film.
The way PK, the movie and the character, deals with this conflict between Hindu and Muslim, which is quite common in Indian cinema, and also the general concept of religion, is really outstanding.
And once I realized that this is what the movie is really all about, it changed from being this good, light-hearted entertainment to becoming quite thoughtful and much more progressive than I would have ever imagined from such a big Indian mainstream production.
आप भगवान को बनाया कि भगवान आपको?
But seriously, the way PK deals with religion and how openly the film addresses the issues and shortcomings that come with institutions like the church is really welcome, and the childlike, naive approach of its title character sure helps a lot that it doesn't come across as too cynical and cold, but rather sweet.
Without ever losing its poignant criticism.
After some quite funny mishaps, PK understands that there isn't just one god for us humans, and each one has different rules and his or her own company with their own manager, and all people just have one religion, meaning one company they worship. It's a simple but actually quite good summary.
And in order to get back his remote, PK has to know which god to talk to, but since he has no clue what his religion is, he decides to worship all of them. He gets baptized, joins each and every religion, spends money and takes part in all the religious rituals. He's on his knees, on the streets, in the crowds. He even scorches his own flesh to get God's recognition.
Other people would have given up a long time ago.
God, he is the biggest bitch of them all.
Maybe someone should tell PK the truth.
Listen to me. You have to consider the possibility that God does not like you. He never wanted you. In all probability, he hates you.
Poor PK.
All that still happens in the first half, and it's in the second that he really takes on the fight against the guru Tapaswi and just all the false claims that are made in the name of religion. But he does so in his own unique way, and the film continues to be this wonderfully entertaining and yet very critical look at religion and believing. There were event attempts by some Hindu groups to ban the film, but the Supreme Court of India rejected the plea by stating, "Do not waste the valuable time of court by applying stupid logic."
Which is such an awesome response. For me, as an atheist, it was really refreshing to see something this open-minded and critical in such a big blockbuster. And it's not that the movie says there is no God. It's absolutely okay to believe and to be religious.
But at the same time, one should also think about all the contradictions that come with the different religions, and that some people, like that guru in the film, just want to make money off the hopes of other people.
And besides all the stuff to think about, PK also features romance and some really nicely shot and choreographed song and dance numbers as well. The film has that certain Rajkumar Hirani touch that we got to know in Three Idiots, and which was a bit missing or rather unbalanced in his last film Sanju, which we didn't really like that much.
That's true, but PK is really good, and I think we can wholeheartedly recommend it to anybody who's interested in delving into popular Indian cinema. It's warm and funny, well crafted, it features Amir Khan in a very iconic role, and at least one song will very likely be stuck in your head for a long time.
Love is a waste of time. I love this waste of time.
I guess this was your favorite song.
It definitely was.
So in German we'd say?
PK ist ein wirklich herrlicher Film mit einem tollen Amir Khan, einer wundervollen Inszenierung, mit Songs, die im Gedächtnis bleiben und am wichtigsten mit einem deutlich kritischeren Blick auf die unterschiedlichen Religionen bzw. Religion im Allgemeinen, als wir es erwartet haben. I give PK 8 out of 10. It's more like 8.3, but I don't do that.
For me, it's also 8 out of 10. It's more like 8.1, but I don't do that either.
I want to piss my time. I love this piss of time.
Alright, that's it. Like always, comment below and let us know what you think about PK. And also, where would you rank the film in comparison to Rajkumar Hirani's other works? You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram simply at The Jimmy Cage.
And you can hit me up simply at The Buddymeister. And also check out my podcast, BUDDYMEISTER SCORES, where I talk about the music of film, television and video games. It's available on iTunes, Stitcher, and you should really give it a try.
I can vouch for that. And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.